Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Grey Areas Podcast. I'm Alice Austin, and today I am joined by Chloé Robinson. Thank you so much for coming on, Chloe.
Thanks for having me.
So today we're going to chat about like how you got into DJing and producing, the key milestones in your career, your highlights, your gripes. I want to hear some of your hot takes. Maybe I'll share some hot takes too. I love a hot take. Then we'll do some quick fire questions to get to know you a bit better. Um, cool. So maybe we can start with I'd love to know where you grew up.
Okay. I grew up in Birmingham with my mom, and then I moved to London in 2009 when I was 18 or
Oh,
19.
cool. Was that for uni or something?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great time to be in
I
London.
did. Yeah. A really good time for music. Really good time.
Where were you
Yeah.
going out in 2009?
I was religiously going to Plastic People every week. And then And then I moved and I lived next to Corsica Studios, and that's where they were doing all the boiler rooms. So I went to every boiler room. So that was cool. Um, and yeah, and then I went to quite a lot of dubstep nights. I went to all the DMZs. That was cool. Basically, I was very blessed.
That sounds so fun. Oh my
Yeah,
god. 2009 dubstep vibes. That's a dream, actually.
so good.
Yeah. And then when did you start DJing?
I bought a pair of Technics in my second year of uni um, because someone told me to get some. My friend Silky, shout out Silky, he basically told me that I needed something more than what I was doing because I was a bit of a lost soul. And yeah, he told me to get some decks because music was clearly my hobby. No, my passion, sorry. And he said that having a hobby would be really good in helping me form an identity. I must have come across as someone having an identity crisis, which they agree with. So yeah, I spent my rent money on Technics, and I think it was a really good
Nice.
idea.
Did you teach yourself? Okay.
Yeah. I have some friends who, yeah, I mean, I tried to learn on vinyl, and me being very impatient, um, I really quickly just like switched to getting control vinyls and Serato. Um, because I think loads of people were using Serato at the time. And at the time, it was, I think my favorite DJs were Ben UFO and One Man. They both used Serato. Um, so I thought, hey, yeah, cool. And so it was really easy and quick to learn.
Mm.
Yeah. And I already had all my music. So
Mm.
yeah, it was good to go. And yeah, it wasn't too hard to learn.
What were your like first gigs?
My first ever gig was at the Alibi in Dalston. Um, and yeah, it actually moved really quickly. Like I feel like I was playing Fabric, like maybe a year or two after I started. Yeah, I basically won a competition, um, and and then got a residency on an extra from it. So I was really lucky, and I had really quick exposure.
Mm.
Um, yeah, and I don't think there were many people representing females in the area of music that I was DJing in at the time. The only other people I can really think of playing the music I was playing back then were like Flavor D, Madam X, maybe a few others. So I had a bit that was kind of a niche as well. So yeah, I was quite lucky with timing and that kind of
What year
thing.
was that?
What
Yeah.
year? Um, 2011, I
Wow.
think. Like nine. Yeah, 2010 or 11.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I think I played Fabric for the first time at the end of 2011, maybe. I'm not sure. I might have got that wrong, or might have been 2012. Either way, it was yeah, it was very fast moving and fast paced. But I enjoyed it
Wow.
a
Okay.
lot.
So
So
you were probably like 21 at that time?
yeah, maybe. I'm
Oh,
not
wow. No, it's
uh
older than that.
yeah, 21 is right, yeah. I'm not very good with my math.
How was it just going from like, finding a hobby to sort of playing Fabric and getting residency on the BBC One Extra? Was it overwhelming or was it like exciting?
It was incredibly overwhelming. I got quite a lot of hate for it,
Why?
understandably. I guess because people practice for years and put graft in, and then I just popped up. No, I didn't pop up. I yeah, I did. I don't know. I went out to every rave on my own, and I really did just like throw myself into music, and it it was all an accident, not an accident, but I didn't expect any of it to happen, and I wasn't like someone told me to enter the competition on One Extra, and um, I don't know. I guess there's a lot of like imposter syndrome stuff
Mm.
going on when it's like that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I guess as well. I at the time I probably did listen to a bit of the hate, or did I? No, I think I was quite fearless. I can't really remember. It was so long
Yeah.
ago.
Well, that's
Uh,
amazing. If you were able to be resilient against that as a 21-year-old, like that's brutal for anybody. But yeah, sounds like haters.
yeah, get them all the time, don't
You
you?
do. And also, like, here we are. Like, how, oh my God, I'm so bad at math. Like 13, 14 years later.
Yeah.
So, it's not a fad or like some random act. Obviously you're here for to stay. So, fuck them.
Yeah. Thank you.
And who would you say was like your biggest sort of inspiration back then?
Um, I was listening to Rinse FM quite a lot, and I remember being really inspired by Monkey. Um, I just really admired her journey. She kind of like started off at Rinse as an intern, and then she was on Rinse, and then yeah, she was doing loads of really cool stuff, playing at Forward, at Plastic People, doing like Fabric Live compilations, doing really cool things with Red Bull. So yeah, she was someone that I really looked up to, and then um, yeah, and then I obviously had all of my favorite producers and DJs that are still up there as my favorites. Yeah,
Hmm. And I,
again, just trying to think back.
I mean, that's a very good example. Someone who's like really grafted. Um,
Yeah, I remember Monkey sticking out as someone that I looked up to. Yeah.
and I just found out today why you had to. Well, I know why you had to change because your first 10 years of DJ life, your name was barely legal, and I just found out why you had to change your name.
Oh, what did you Google?
But I mean, no,
When
I heard you speaking about it on a different podcast as to why you had to change your name. Right? That surprised me, and it makes so much sense as well. But maybe for people who don't
yeah,
know, why did you have to change your name from barely legal?
I didn't have
Right.
to.
Okay.
Have to. I chose
Mm.
to, and it wasn't because of what comes up if you Google it or any of the connotations. But obviously, we are now in 20. Actually, that's a lie. I remember it was the pandemic, and I typed it into Facebook. And don't do this if anyone is listening. Um, really bad what comes up. Like you get a warning that comes up. Um, and then I guess that was a bit of a okay, we're in. I don't know what year that was actually, but yeah. It was also because my music taste had evolved, and I guess I was heavily linked to the bass music scene, which I love and I adore. But um, at the time, it was more so when I was playing bass music, it grime was really prominent, and I've got such a big passion for grime and dubstep, but I've never really connected that much with bassline. And it was that era where bassline was really prominent, and I just couldn't connect with it. And then the crowds were changing and they wanted to just hit bangers all the time. And I really wanted to play techno and electro and stuff like that. And I just couldn't, it wasn't connecting. And yeah, I've found out by someone that runs a festival that he couldn't really place me with the acts I wanted to be placed with because of my name and my association with bass music. So he advised that I change my name, and I listened and I did it. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't that hard because I just changed my name to my name.
Yeah.
Well, say it wasn't that hard. Obviously, it's quite a big thing to do, but um, I had I had a lot of support to go alongside it, like production and stuff. So
That's good. Yeah, because I think I've spoken to a few artists who are thinking about changing their names, and they are dreading it. And I'm wondering, like, how much of a problem was it really? Like, did you actually like lose out, or were people confused, or was it kind of fairly simple?
um, I I had a really I had like the best PR you could ask for, which was a really, really kind, complimentary tweet from my biggest hero ever, Fortet. And it basically, I remember making the first two tunes with ADHD, and I sent them to Fortet, and then he did a tweet saying they were the best tunes he'd had, best club tunes he'd heard all year. And then I also wrote in the email that I was going to change my name to Chloé Robinson. So he tagged my handle at the time, which was my old alias, and then wrote my name as well. And I think that was like all I really needed. That kind of confirmation from someone like him, which obviously reached a lot of people. So I had that behind me as well. So yeah, it was really exciting and fun, and I had really kind support from people. So yeah, it was cool. And then I think the first show I did under Chloé Robinson was like a back to back special request at Warehouse Project, which is crazy. So yeah,
Fucking sick. Sorry.
yeah,
What?
really,
All of that is just so incredible. I love that you just
yeah,
backed, you know?
I know. Yeah, I think I'd love to get to a position where I'm bigger and I can kind of do the same for other people. I can do it with my label, but I'd love to be able to be in like a position where you can like fully change someone's
Yeah,
life.
I feel like your backing of someone's tune at this point would be quite life changing, especially if they're just coming out like 100%. Yeah, but I understand what you mean. Like Fortet, like that is massive.
Yeah, so cool. He actually started supporting me in 2013,
Oh wow,
which is like doing the maths, 12 years ago.
wow.
Yeah.
And I'm so curious about this. Like, I've just sort of heard a few bits here and there, but I understand you went to Colombia for lockdown. Is that right?
I ran away to Mexico because it was the only place that was open, and then I did like the last 3 months in
And then
Colombia,
you met
and then
ADHD somewhere in the in
I already knew
yeah
him, um, and then yeah, and then he came out at some point
to Colombia.
at Mexico, but I was already like, yeah, he kind of just tags
He's tagged
along.
along, and then you just got in the studio and started producing together in Mexico.
Just off a Bluetooth speaker
I love that.
and a laptop. Yeah.
Right, and like obviously your first
I
tracks was so
had the confidence to lay down any ideas without someone pushing me. So it was really nice to have someone who's really good at who's really good at production to like push me and be like, "Come on, lay some ideas down."
Honestly, yeah. I mean, those first tracks with ADHD were just like immediate hits. Like they just took off. So your first basically year as Chloé Robinson, you've also just built this actual name as a producer as well. I mean, that sounds like probably the best way to spend lockdown.
Yeah, I mean, it started off quite dark, which is why I went to Mexico. Um, I just went, yeah, I wasn't in the greatest headspace. I don't think many of us were. Um, and then I flipped it around and yeah, um, changed the changed the narrative of
Mm-hmm.
lockdown. Um, yeah, I just went to, and also I just knew that I would never ever have an opportunity to live somewhere like Mexico and or be somewhere for that long without having to have other commitments. And I wasn't tied into any tendencies or anything in London, and I wasn't like in a relationship or yes, I didn't really have anything to lose, so I just went out. Um, yeah, and it was definitely the right thing to do at the
Yeah,
time.
100%. And I read in like it was like a mixed mag interview a while ago, but that you were sort of postponing or putting off production because you were kind of concerned about the judgment around it because people kind of do tend to accuse women of not producing their own tracks, etc. And you just mentioned how you kind of got a lot of shit when you first came up from people. I'm wondering
Yeah,
if those two things are kind of connected, that you're kind of like always having to think about whether you're going to be judged or.
yeah. I was I was actually speaking to a friend yesterday about um, personality disorders, and I know that we shouldn't diagnose ourselves, but I definitely think that I have something in the avoidance realm. Um, a few people have mentioned it to me, and I block myself from doing things. And production is one of them. And I'm really, yeah, I'm still in the process of like breaking through that. Um, I don't know what it is, but there's just some sort of blockage. I've spoken to other people as well, and it's not just me. So yeah, so it must be a thing. I just need to break past it. So yeah, so I spent my birthday this year on my own, which was really nice. It was very peaceful, and I realized what I should be doing, which is like just channeling all of my emotions when I get into these headspaces into production. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do everything properly now. So I went and bought myself a new MacBook Pro to the right spec. I did a couple of one-on-one lessons just to like improve. Um, but I started. I can already use Ableton, but I started learning on Logic. But now I'm like, why have I done that? So now I think I'm going to go back to Ableton. I don't really know what I'm doing. However, my laptop smashed recently, so it's been in for repair. But I know, but I've got it back now, so I need to get back on track. Yeah,
Honestly, like I interview artists like on a weekly basis, like of a range of different levels, and yeah, this blockage with production is like serious, and it kind of tortures people. I think you have some, obviously, you have some artists who just like are able to just bang shit out all the time, and that's maybe what a lot of producers are comparing themselves to. But gosh, it's kind of like mental gymnastics. I think when it comes to getting in the studio, and a lot of
yeah,
like just self deprecation and like kind of loathing as well and procrastination. It's really it's hard.
yeah, for sure. I do really know what I like though. Um, and what I do have behind me is like so much culture. I've been involved in so all of the culture that I love. Because I think you have two different, well, you have a few avenues, but um, but you know, someone that was helping me learn how to produce recently, or like learn how to produce on Logic, because for some reason I was like, I want to use Logic. Um, and he's, yeah, really good at it. He said, I'll help you like get your head around it. And we kind of spent like a whole evening once, just he wanted to have an understanding of like my where what my background of music, like right from kind of being young and stuff, was. And he was like, yeah, you have all the culture behind you. He's like, because he's been like producing since he was 12, but you know, he went to like a production school and did it all that way, and it was like really technical but very much in like a box, and like, yeah, so that was interesting. And then you've got people that go from DJs to producers, and I'm definitely as in that realm of like a raver to a DJ to a producer. So I don't think that I should be too harsh on myself about how good I am at production yet, because I've got, and all of my ideas are there. It's just my confidence of laying them down. Uh, yeah, and then I guess I like look at how other artists do it, and you know, so many people have. I don't have a manager, and I haven't had a manager really since I changed my name. Um, and this, a few people have tried to manage me, and they're really like they a lot of them quite pushy to go down the direction of like we need to just get stuff out fast, and it was all kind of like getting a ghost producer, or this person produces for this person, so why don't we use them? And I'm really, I think authenticity is really really important for me. I don't see what I do as like a business, and I don't like to follow the path that is going to make me blow up and like get massive or make loads of money or do all of these things. Like I need to feel happy, and I need to feel true to myself. So I'm just doing things at my own pace, and I think that people can appreciate and see that. And it might be a bit slower than other people, but um, the the aim is there. The aim is to have an album and to release an album, but yeah, I'm just doing it at my own pace.
Wow, that's really
One step at a
cool. Honestly, that's like really amazing to hear. Like, massive respect, especially with like the pressure of obviously with social media. It's not necessarily the industry, but it's social media of having to always have produced things and churning stuff out and sharing things, etc. So like honestly, like massive respect to that.
Thank you. I mean, I do need to actually get some music out for sure, though. Um, yeah, because it's like when you get booked, like your agents need something to pitch you with, um, which is quite annoying, but I guess it's just how it is these days. So yeah, uh, I've got music ready. Just trying to get it out. Yeah, um, it's all collaborative stuff, which is great. But this is why I need to have the confidence on my own. So you don't have to sort of compromise with ideas or like wait on other people. Um, so yeah, yeah. I need to hone in on the other stuff.
You have been really coming out on Pretty Weird, like your own label, right?
Yeah. So I have some tunes with Pale Man that I love, and well, yeah, we're gonna put them out on Pretty Weird. Um, I'm just waiting on to. Is it Thursday today? I think maybe I'm seeing him later to just like round off a track if he's still free. But we've had the tune sitting there for so long. But yeah, there's been a few compromises and back and forths on what I like and what he likes. So, but I think reached the middle ground. So yeah, hopefully that can be rolling out pretty soon. I'm
Amazing.
hoping, because I'm really excited to just get back into the swing of things with my label.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I haven't done much with it over the last year. Been going through a year of self care and healing, and yeah, I just haven't put any focus into it. So I'm going to bring it back.
Mm-hmm. Sick. I'm
Yeah.
sure lots of people will be happy to hear that because your tracks have been, yeah, they're my some of my favorites to play out personally. Um,
Oh, thank you.
I'm just curious to know, like, what's your what kind of like healing are you doing? Is it like what sort of activities are you doing to sort of take care of yourself?
Um, not nothing amazing. Just, I mean, I've yeah. Um, I feel like I feel like I'm quite wild. I'm not wild, but yeah, I kind of am at the same time, and I'm like leaving that era behind. So, um, not full sobriety, but just yeah, um, cutting some things out of my life that don't fit with me anymore, and just like connecting with nature at the moment. Going for lots of walks and moving my body and just getting enough sleep in and eating properly and just doing literally the basics, which I don't think I was doing before. Um, but yeah, now I'm like, yeah, I need to do that. So just literally the basics of like looking after myself properly. Um, yeah,
Amazing. I'm actually currently working on a whole article series about sobriety, interviewing lots of different artists. Um, that'll be out in January to sort of continue the dry January momentum. Um, but I've been
amazing.
sober for 5.5 years. Ooh, one sec. We'll cut that bit out. Yeah, I've been sober for 5.5 years. Yeah,
Wow,
it'll be 6 years in April. Um,
that's amazing.
yeah, it's really tough. I think when you work in music, in dance music, and COVID was my way of breaking that cycle. So 2020 was when I stopped. But yeah, it's really tough, and it's like quite hard to sort of recalibrate as someone who, I mean, you're an artist, but as a journalist as well, to sort of break the news that you're no longer that party person and sort of re-
Yeah,
reintroduce yourself to your friends and your community as someone who's not really
yeah.
going to stay out till 6 a.m. Or someone who's not going to go to the after party for a while. So yeah, I think that's really important stuff.
Mm, yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's been a long time coming. Um, but yeah, I'm not. I'm just still like allow myself to have like I've never really been a big drinker, but I'm still having like a drink here and there if I want to. Um, but generally, just yeah, I think I don't know. I'll see where it goes.
Yeah, amazing. Good for you. Scotland's
Thanks.
always a very good place to go hiking, by the way. If you're ever up here, we can go on a hike. Um, cool. And so I'd love to like. I guess we kind of talked about it a little bit, but I'd love to hear like the highlights of the last year for you, or has it been more of a sort of quiet, sort of settled, like not?
Um, it's been a year of uh inconsistent months. So some have been crazy busy. For example, August was mental for me, and then June wasn't, and that was quite weird. Um, I did an India tour at the start of the no, maybe March. That was fun. And I've been to America a lot, which has been nice. Um, there's nothing where I'm like, whoa, that was amazing, but I think it's because it's all been really really good.
Mm.
So yeah, it's all just been like consistently great. So that's good.
And you've said a couple of times, which I find surprising, that like maybe you're not that big, or that you haven't made it, or something, which I think is hilarious. Because frankly, like to the outside, yes, obviously you have made it and you are that big. But
Do you know what? I've got now. I've got friends that had like, I know we shouldn't measure it on
you're
followers,
comparing
but
yourself to Fred again, aren't you?
no, not quite. Um, like I've got a friend and she just does. She's put so much work in and she deserves it, but I'm like her followers are just mental. I think she was on probably like less than me, and now she's on like 130 or 40,000, maybe 140,000, and it just like what it's just been going up and up. And she's just so good at her content and her branding. Um, so I guess I'm comparing myself to people that have like blown up.
Yeah,
But
social media is a
I yeah, and also I don't. I think I mentioned this before. Like I'm not. That isn't what I want to be doing. Like blowing up. I think that can go. I think that sometimes can like kill your career. Um, if you peak too quickly. So I'm just doing slow and steady, and like wins the race basically, and like long longevity is really important to me. I really love what I do, and um, quite hard to stay consistent.
mm,
So I'm quite proud of myself for being consistent since I started.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, I would. Yeah, there are goals to grow for
Yes, that was my
sure.
question really is like what are your goals? Like what do you see as like making it a success?
Um, I mean, my idea of success is just being happy, and I, sorry, sorry, my idea of success is happiness, and um, what brings me the most amount of happiness is probably like being able to help someone with their career. 'Cause I'm so grateful for everyone that pushed me when I was small. So yeah, I guess growing my own what's the word? Just growing me. Um, so that I can help others. But that's also why I need to get back on track with my label because that's a great way to push
Mhm.
people.
Yeah, that's a really nice and beautiful like purpose and mission with music.
Oh, and I want to make an album, of course, like I mentioned. I want to channel all of the all of the bad things that I've been through into production and yeah, put it all out as music in some form.
Amazing.
Uh, yeah,
I mean,
you
it's
know,
really
I
to
didn't.
like get into the studio and get started, but there's lots of like um, I don't know. I'm a writer, so I basically just every day I go on. There's this thing called Shut Up and Write, and it's online. And every day I just sit with these strangers on a screen, and we write from like 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. every day. And I know,
Oh, that's
yeah, I
great.
know it sounds really weird, but like that's how I learned. That's how I figured out how to do what I love and be productive. Because otherwise, if I'm left to my own devices all day, because I'm freelance and work from home, I won't do anything. So
Yeah.
I'm sure there's like so many ways you can trick yourself into getting
Mm,
into the studio or, you know,
yeah. Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
I feel like
I've got, I've got a few ideas in my head of how to force myself. So,
we got to trick ourselves like creatives have to because it's like on one hand it's like the happiest I can possibly be is when I'm writing and then but it takes a really long time to get there and it's like why is there
yeah,
such a push and pull between doing what I actually want to do and like putting it off and it's confusing. um,
yeah.
okay, so now it's time for some hot takes from Chloé Robinson.
Okay.
All right, you can pause if you don't like want to talk about it. But okay, one the first question is, what are you enjoying about the music industry right now?
I am enjoying at the moment currently the resurgence of dubstep.
Oh yes,
Um, I think it's great. so happy that Scream and Bang are back. I love what they're making. I love what they're doing. Um, I really like Fred Again's new productions. You can hear like all of the stuff that I grew up on in that, and it's helpful for me as well because they're connecting with the new generation, which I'm struggling to connect with. But I can now connect with them through all of music that I kind of came through on, because there's like this whole resurgence. I feel like there's going to be a big resurgence of grime too. Crossing my fingers. I mean, Wiley's back, so I don't see why not. So yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Sick. Very good answer.
Yeah, yeah,
I DJ dubstep and grime, so I'm happy you said that. um,
right.
what are you finding frustrating about the music industry at the moment?
Um, it's only frustrating for someone like me, probably. Well, no, probably for other people, but social media because I'm not very good at it, and it seems quite important. However, a lot of the people that I respect, for example, someone like Josie Rebel, she doesn't have any social media, and she's super fucking cool, and yeah, and she's still playing all the really cool shows. So I don't think it's necessarily like super important, and I can definitely lean into social media more, but there's obviously just that pressure, and I guess the new generation are on TikTok, and that's where they're kind of getting they're connecting with things, and I'm not on TikTok, so I don't really know how. So maybe, but then I don't really want to go on TikTok, so it's sort of one of those ones. Basically, that it's annoying me at the moment
Yeah, honestly, I
myself.
also haven't got TikTok, and I'm like, is that what I want for myself to be on TikTok? I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, we say that maybe I'll end up leaning into it, but we'll see.
fair. Yeah, I'm thinking about that as well. Um, so in 2026, like, what change would you like to see in club culture?
Um, sorry, that was a really big pause. Um, I don't know.
Hmm.
It would be cool if these brands and venues branched out and didn't book the same people and festivals. And that's not doesn't really count. But I feel like there's just a lot of and I completely understand why. I think that the industry is really struggling at the moment, and it's safer to book the people that you know are going to do. I don't know. I don't pass.
Yeah, I was actually speaking to a friend yesterday about the day festivals in London, and she was saying how it's sort of she feels like it's sort of like really ruining. Well, I don't know how it's really ruining like underground culture, but it's basically just so detached from localized scenes, you know. So it's just sort of really big headliners, and then not really giving anything back to locals, especially,
Yeah,
and just sort of expensive. I think kids are sort of blowing all their money on that event and not necessarily going to like the carpet shop in every up
yeah,
instead the smaller
sure.
stuff. I guess that makes sense to me.
Yeah, yeah. I think yeah, I was gonna say it, but I think they're already doing it. No, it doesn't matter. Ignore me. Actually, I don't want to say what I was going to
Fair enough.
pass on my brain.
And this weekend you have a show in New York. Yes.
Yeah.
Remind me who it's with.
Kilimanjaro and
Yeah.
Hitty and is that right? And someone else that I can't remember. It's really bad, isn't it?
No, not at all. I know Kilimanjaro is playing. And it's what venue is it again? Sorry. It's such a good.
So it's It's I don't. I was trying to find the venue, but I'm just trying to find the lineup. I was trying to find the venue, but it looks like it's called car park or
Oh,
something. I don't
maybe it's
know.
in a
It's
car park.
like a space, maybe like a warehouse. I don't know. I looked some. I honestly, I did some research. I was like, where is it? Because it's just an so maybe it's in like a warehouse or something. I don't
Nice.
know. I can't really like suss out where it is, but I think it's just
Okay, cool. So
yeah.
that's December 13th, and then you have a gig coming up in London on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Have you,
Yeah, I'm playing at number 19 Hackney Wick.
nice. Have
Yeah.
you got any other
Uh,
shows lined up?
I'm playing in Toronto on Sunday after New York. That'll be really fun. Um and some stuff in the UK as well in December, Bristol, something else. And then I'm going out to California in January, which is exciting because I haven't been out there for a while. Um, yeah, and then I'm just rounding some other things up, but that's what's coming up in the foreseeable future.
How long are you going to
Yeah,
be in
which is fun.
California?
Uh, I think I'm just gonna go for a weekend. Yeah, it's quite hard touring in America because it's like a landed deal, so you cover your own flights and um, I mean, some quite often they'll cover like your hotel for the night that you're playing on. But if you've done a tour, if you've got a tour and it's like 2 weekends, you have to sort of figure out how you're going to like stay in America within the week. So unless you're making like loads of money, then it can be really expensive, and you can come back with not much.
Mhm.
Unless you have like kind friends in America that will help you and put you up. But yeah, it's quite sometimes it can be quite difficult to like navigate through.
Mhm.
Um, Fortunately, I have lots of kind friends in America that help me
Nice.
out when I need to be helped. Yeah, or I'll just extend it and like make it a holiday, but I don't usually do that.
I mean, that does sound quite tempting, California. Um,
Yeah.
all right, so quick fire questions. You kind of
Okay.
mentioned that somebody already, but who's your favorite artist right now?
Uh, I'm gonna go with Pale Man because I've heard all of the music he's been making, and it's really, really good. So I'm really excited about him. I think he's going to have a really good year next year. And there's an MC that I really like called Posy. He's really good. Um, so yeah,
Posy. Where's Posy from? Or based?
not sure. I think he's from London,
Nice. Okay.
but I really like his flow and his lyrics and his like how he carries himself. Like he's cool. I
Nice.
think
Okay,
yeah.
I'll look him up.
I think he's already doing really well though. But I've been following him for a while. But yeah, I think Power Man's going to hopefully have a really good year next year.
Nice. What's the weirdest job you've ever had?
Um, I've only ever worked in retail or now music.
Hmm.
I haven't done anything really that strange. But I did used to work in Harrods basically for Burberry when I was at uni, and I had to wear a suit and heels and red lipstick. Um, yeah, and I did that every weekend whilst I was at uni. But I really enjoyed it actually.
I used to work on the boats in Hyde
But
Park.
did
Yeah, you know how
you?
you put all people on the pedlos and put people on the rowboat?
Yeah.
Yeah, every summer holiday at
Oh,
uni, I worked there.
oh my god, I love that.
And there was so much drama.
I bet there were.
Chaos, like with the people on the boats, like with the everyone who worked there. It was crazy. It was such a weird little world. Um, all right, what's your favorite country to DJ
Um, I really like playing in India.
Yes, fucking love India.
Yeah, the crowd, they're so open-minded. They completely like let themselves go. They're so free. Everyone's dancing, everyone's really having it off, and they're really loyal. Like if they see you play and they like you, they don't forget you. And they like continue following your journey. Like it's great. They're
Do you
great.
have plans to go to India soon?
No, but I'd like to. Um, I might reach out to a friend and see if we can do something next year. That'd be great.
I think
Yeah.
my life goal probably would be to just go to be able to go to India every year. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I did a month in Goa last year. That was
when
nice.
when were you there?
January
So this year, 2025 or 2024?
2024, I think.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Were you there this
I was there from October to like December 2024, so
Oh,
1 year
nice.
ago. Um, I was writing about a group of grime artists. And
Oh,
yeah, called
cool.
Swadisi. Shout out Swadisi. Yeah, they were based in Mumbai.
Nice.
Unreal. So sick.
Oh, I love
Yeah, it
that.
was such a like once in a lifetime experience. Um, right, sorry, off track. It's not very quick fire, is it? What's your favourite UK club night, past or present?
This isn't very quick either, is it?
It's all right. We're not under any time pressure.
Um, I mean, I'll always love Warehouse Project. I know it's a massive one. I I go to this dubstep night quite a lot in Dalston called. I always get the letters wrong in it, so let me just bring that up. But that's great, and it's a really good mix of like people my age and then like the younger people that are like into it.
And DC?
Um, NL NLDC. That's I always say like
Yeah,
NDLC, which is wrong. Um, yeah, I really love what I like. I really love what they're doing. I think that's a great event. Um, yeah,
nice. Good answers. Um, what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
it's really simple. Um, just basically, there's no point in stressing about stuff that hasn't happened yet.
So simple yet so hard.
I know, right? I need to continue to follow that.
That's
Yeah,
literally all I do.
same.
Yeah.
Catch myself.
What's your life motto? It might be the same thing actually, but
Um, Again, so simple, but hardly anyone does it. I'd like to think that I do it. Treat people how you'd want to be treated. Is that a motto?
yeah,
No.
it's a motto. Definitely.
Uh, yeah, and I just don't feel like enough people do that. But um, yeah, I think it's really
Yeah.
important. I think kindness goes so far.
Yeah.
Kindness and connection.
100%. Just a couple of food related questions. Like, what's your go to comfort food?
Um, I mean, it's quite an extravagant one, but if I'm feeling really sad, I take myself out for a steak,
That's amazing.
or like sea bass or something. So, but it's like a comfort. Steak's a comfort
I
food.
just think the fact that you would
Um,
treat yourself like that is really like a really positive thing to do.
I spend loads of time on my own. I think I would rather go to a restaurant on my own than with someone.
Really.
Really, yeah, a bit weird. So I do it quite a lot. Like I always go out. I always take myself out on dates.
So you're an introvert.
Yeah, apparently. Apparently I'm an introvert when I'm not a wild party animal. So yeah, I think this is who I actually am, yeah.
It's so interesting because it's like you're part of this world which is just so many people surrounded by so many people making them dance, like creating that connection, and then you'll take yourself out to dates by yourself.
Yeah, but if you have your extrovert DJs and you have your introvert ones, and I'm definitely one that like doesn't. I'm not got my hands in the air when I'm DJing, and I'm like very much just like shy and in the
Mhm.
zone. So I'd say that I'm still very introverted, even if there's like loads of people around me and I'm DJing, because I'm just like in my little safe
Mhm.
space. Um, but I do get really overstimulated, and like as soon as I finish, I do have to like run off and just like breathe in a room where there's no one, and then I'm all right.
Yeah. Um, and last question, like, what's your favorite restaurant? Where would you take yourself out?
Oh, to know this, I don't have one at the moment. Um, for years, it was so basic. For years, it was Pizza Express, but I haven't been there for a long time, and um, I'd say their standards have slipped a little bit.
Mhm.
No, I shouldn't slag them off actually, because I do have a lot of. I do like Pizza Express. I'm really basic. Um, really basic. I've been enjoying Flat Iron
Mhm.
recently for my steak.
Yes.
Yeah, I try and rotate where I get my steaks from. I'm going to Soho House quite a lot as well for my steaks.
Love it. I mean, it's a little bit out of your way, although you are southeast. But there's a restaurant near where I am from in London. It's called Roxy, Roxie, and they have really really good steaks.
Oh,
Really good.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. I went to a good restaurant recently in Dalston, actually called Laughing Yak. I think it's new, so I'd recommend that if anyone lives in Dalston. I think that's what it's called. If not, then sorry.
Oh, well, thank you so much. This has been awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
Amazing. So I'll stop the recording. Um, cool. How